stuff.
Excellent communication between teammates on the alley-oop there.
And that's where you need to pull that off.
And you do. You have to have both ends of that play, and they were fantastic on that.
It's tipped. And it's the Rockets on the break. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Harden dishes to Howard. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
With that reverse jam, the fans got a little extra show there.
That one definitely had something, you're right, extra on it.
Man, I got to pick my jaw off the floor after that one, guys.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Rockets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Down low. Pass to Motiejunas. Jacks up a 3. That's good.
They're off and running. Good start here. They've knocked down 4 of their first 5.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Howard with the steal. Crossing gives to Motiejunas. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Boy, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far. And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
And with the Rockets' last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans were pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries.
Ball again. Swanson to the paint. It's tipped. Harden kicks to Howard. And Griffin sends it back from 12 feet out. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. That's on Dwight Howard. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Rockets?
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll. And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we've got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly so far, no doubt about that. Boy, Doc Rivers keeps on leading his teams to successful seasons. A former coach of the year rarely has a season where his team doesn't meet expectations.
Has the open look.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Yeah, they're scoring with confidence, Greg, making them count in the early going here.
And Doc Rivers passed the 700-win mark as a coach last season. He's climbing the ladder in career wins.
Yeah, and you know, I don't know that Doc oftentimes gets enough credit for the type of coach he is. I mean, as a coach, he is well over 500 in terms of his career win percentage. And how about over 500 in playoff games as well?
Let's check in for Pierce. And throw the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. Wesley Johnson's checked in for Josh Smith. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Terrence Jones is checked in for Monty Eunice. Jones, the pass to Howard. And Lawson with the drive. And it's blocked by Jordan. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Ball again, Chaucer. Paul dishes to Griffin. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Yeah, it's just a smart shot taking advantage of the mismatch.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
And guys, Dwight Howard's an interesting guy, one of the most physically imposing players in our league, and yet he's known for his lighthearted, almost playful nature.
And for Howard, his parents raised him to keep a smile on his face and stay upbeat and remain positive. He's done all those things and still competed in the rough and tumble world of pro basketball.
Yeah, and yet some of his peers and contemporaries have gone at him. Durant, for instance, Kobe Bryant called him soft. Byron Scott questioned his desire. Guys go about their work in different manners.
And the Clippers making a change here. Crawford's checked in. Offline from the high post. Ring shot on the way. And it's in off the backboard. Crawford's got his first basket. Feeds it to Howard. Crawford with the steal. Here's Griffin. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And no doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
And here we go with Lawson, running it right up the court.
And you know what? Very close to a three-point play right there.
Yeah, he almost got that one down. I mean, those are the kind of aggressive plays coaches love to see.
First free throw is good. Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for the Clippers. It's stolen by Ariza. Knocks it loose. There's the lob to the hoop. And it's Houston on the break.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now.
Clark, there is a swagger out here on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Rockets lead by 14. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And, guys, we've seen the Rockets really take control here.
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and quality shots they're getting.
Los Angeles calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Rockets leading by 14. Yes, fans, Clark, and the one team they view as floppers is the Clippers. I don't like that word, but just kind of came out. Whether that is fair or not is up for debate, but it is certainly, I think, the perception.
And I think there's some truth to that perception. I mean, multiple players have received fines for flopping on their roster. I mean, you can't run away from that, and the fans remember it, too.
Oh, they do, yes, sir. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. And it's Johnson in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
And it's Terrence Jones with the finish.
Wow, just look at that lead. Both ends, they have been the team in control.
Yeah, and they put the fans simply on mute. They've not had anything to cheer about, and they've been silent.
Shots, gentlemen.
And for the Clippers and flopping, part of it might just be reputation. Whenever anyone hits the deck on their team, fans might be quick to kind of condemn that as a flop.
No good on the second free throw.
You know, the Clippers were the darlings of the NBA as they improved and made strides, but I think the flopping has kind of diminished that now, that love affair. Being labeled a group of floppers can certainly stifle your popularity.
Crossing gets to Ariza. From outside, off the mark. Johnson, wide open, he fires. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Jones kicks to Harden. A shot by Lawson, wide open. And it's slammed in by Ariza.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then fouls it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback.
You had a pigeon on that one. Easy money right there, fellas. Going old school on you young fellas. Look that up. Pigeon.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
No, I'm sure he's not, Greg. I mean, their defense is showing a lot of holes, especially down low. That's unacceptable.
Clippers making a change here. Pierce is checked in. Here's Crawford. Over in the corner, Paul. Crawford up top. Guarded by Harden. They double-team Griffin. Crawford passes to Griffin. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Clippers shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here.
If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the standard bearer of point guards. I mean, he can pass, he can score, he plays great defense. He also competes. But what makes him the floor general that all others are measured against, really the instincts and leadership.
Right side, Griffin. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter, just served him up.
Crawford with the steal. To the middle. And then Pierce with the dunk.
Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to. Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working for those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for them.
They have been bored and dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
And it's Paul penetrating. And some very quick points for him on that possession. Paul's got 7 points in the game.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
And the call will be against Ty Lawson. That is his first foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Griffin dishes to Jordan. Jones knocks it loose. Harden has a wide open look. Here's Howard. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a three-point play.
Hit. Shooting one.
That's on Paul Pierce.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
It's no secret, Clark, what this Houston Rockets team wants to do. They want to get to the line, drive the lane, and hurt you from outside the arc.
And they'll do it all at a very fast pace. I mean, they're fun to watch. The pace is something that I think sneaks up on teams sometimes, Kevin.
Good point. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And the shot is good. 9 points for Chris Paul. Houston's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. To the middle. Here's Griffin. And it's sent back by Howard.
And they need a timeout, Kevin. They haven't been boxing out like they need to, and they're giving up a ton of second chance points.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
And no doubt the Rockets were one of the faster-paced teams in the league last year. When you have the firepower they do, you want it to become a scoring fest.
A lot of the wins for the Rockets, guys, I thought last year came from just wearing down their opponent. I mean, you can keep up with their pace for a quarter, maybe 2, but it's very hard to sustain it for 48 minutes shot for shot.
second for Pierce. Here's Jordan.
What are you doing?
They get a hand on it. It's stolen by Jones. Lawson. Kicks it out to Harden. Lots of room. And he gets the bucket. 16 points for Howard.
Their rebounding has been off the charts today, guys. Reason number one, this game is out of hand.
Exactly, Clark. Their lead is not surprising given their advantage on the backboard.
And the dunk by Jordan.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Ariza goes in. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Josh Smith. That's his first foul.
Don't let James.
46 seconds left to play here in the half.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
You think back to the 2009 draft, the Thunder selecting James Harden 3rd overall, and there was some second guessing there.
Yeah, and Tyreek Evans, Kevin, taking a pick after him, won Rookie of the Year. But with talent, Harden's talent is proven out, and you could argue he should have gone first in that draft.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
They've already picked up a number of fouls here, and they're in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet, defending without fouling.
Checked in for Los Angeles. Mulligan, it's Lawson. And there's the 3-second violation.
Not doing them any favors with those kinds of errors.
Especially now, Greg, with every possession being so crucial.
It's Harden with the drive. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
I tell you what, you got to love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And it's Paul penetrating. And it's sent back by Howard. And so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. They recover it.
You rarely see him miss.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Rockets ahead, running away with it. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Tremendous output from Howard. He has 9 rebounds and 4 blocks. What a force he's been in the paint.
And he's gotten himself into the air, Clark, so often, blocking shots and getting rebounds.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. We have seen an exceptional performance from Dwight Howard.
And the approach in that first half was an aggressive one. Take it to the teeth of the defense, put them on the heels, and you're either going to score or get to the line.
And mostly he's been getting to the line, guys. I mean, he has the free throw total to show for it, as well as the bumps and bruises.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. So on the floor for Houston, Harden and Ariza filling out the perimeter. Down low, it's Jones and Howard together, and it's Lawson in the one spot. Wesley Johnson's checked in for the Clippers. Lawson with it. Chris Paul covering. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Clippers should be 41% for the game. Here's Jordan. And it's sent back by Howard. And here comes Lawson, leading the fast break.
Well, you know, Hall of Famer and three-time champion Kevin McHale, the Rockets coach, did nothing but find success and win as a player. And, you know, that's been the same song for him as a coach.
And the idea of setting a screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
Yeah, it just can't be a hard screen at all costs. There is a legality to how you set a screen, so you got to be inside of both lines, legal and hard.
And it's sent back by Howard. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Jordan kicks to Griffin. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And for Coach Kevin McHale, last year was his best. A lot of people thought he could have been easily the coach of the year, leading the Rockets to their third best regular season in franchise history.
And Kevin with McHale, he's got this team improving every year. His team's win totals have risen as well statistically as I think becoming a better team. Wins aren't always necessarily what determines how good you are. Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Redick with it. And it's Harden picking him up from deep. And Paul with the basket on the assist from Redick. That's 12 points for Chris Paul.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game. I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And Redick kicks to Paul. Johnson the screen. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Well, one more and that's it. He'll be DQ'd, disqualified. He's got to be able to defend without picking up that last disqualifying foul.
Harden kicks to Howard. Back to Harden. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. 16 points for James Harden.
Listen, guys, James Harden, clearly the front runner for the best shooting guard in the NBA. Arguably in the conversation for the best player in our league. And listen, he's a league leader in scoring a season ago. He's a one-man wrecking crew offensively.
A little bit of a magic act here, pulling off the Houdini to make that catch and slam.
Stupendous alley-oop.
I think the crowd is still stunned by that one.
No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
And when he gets near the hoop, guys, he is a tour de force.
And And James Harden really an offense unto himself, as Greg was just talking about. They had a stat which combined three-pointer made and three-point makes created with the pass. Harden was first, and Clark, it wasn't even close.
Well, that was a mouthful in terms of breaking down those analytics, but I tell you what, he does a great job of attacking and finding teammates for threes. I can put it simply that way.
Jones, no one around him. And that one comes up a bit short. Good. 6 points for Jamal Crawford.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement. And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Goes up again. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Watson the pass to Howard. Got a piece of it. Just 4 to shoot. Ariza with it. He's picked up by Paul.
What a performance from Harden here. 16 points and 2 steals. He's had great awareness out there, exploiting those passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And Clark, it's as if he's been a step ahead of everyone else out there today. And really, the last few seasons, the Clippers have been one of the most consistently strong teams in the league. A far cry from when they were a bottom feeder back in the day. They have become one of the premier franchises in the NBA.
Here's Harrell. And Aldridge sends it back. And they'll keep possession. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Rockets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
They get the rebound. Here's Griffin. It's deflected.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Another miss by Houston.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession.
I tell you what, that's just a major unforced error right there, guys. My goodness.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Aldridge. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 6 assists in the game. The Rockets have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. And Lawson, here we go. They get a hand on it. To the wing right side. Takes a 3. Here's Griffin. And that one is stuffed right through.
And guys, that's his game. I mean, battling in the paint and cashing in on those second chance opportunities.
And Greg cashing in hard. I mean, man, oh man, he puts an exclamation point on that dunk.
Yes.
Guys, that's the only way he knows how to do it. Soft, I don't even think is in his vocabulary.
And he's good on the second. Paul. No good. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Houston on top, running away with this one. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Paul and Crawford pair up at the 1 and 2. Inside, it's Griffin and Jordan. And it's Pierce in the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. The Clippers shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Crawford dishes the ball. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Montrezl Harrell. Usually you talk about how tough a player is, and you're always talking about big guys. But Chris Paul is as tough as they come playing that little point guard position.
Yeah, he's a power pack when you look at him. I mean, he's played through a lot of injuries and still has a big-time impact on the game. Most recently in the playoffs, he played through injury to beat the Spurs.
And Griffin slams it in.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
Paul goes in. Griffin kicks to Pierce. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. And that's now 7 points for Paul Pierce.
And last year, you could see Paul was hobbled in their loss to the Rockets in the second round. Still, most players wouldn't even have made it back out on the floor, much less been as effective as he was during the postseason.
And stolen by Harrell. And again, Dwight Howard. Howard's got 4 this quarter.
And that steal paid instant dividends.
No wasted time or motion getting out on that fast break. Yeah, you know, that's the thing about Paul. He doesn't need to be blazing fast or quick to beat you. He can play seemingly on one leg and still dismantle the defense.
Terrence Jones is checked in for Harrell. It's Harden with the drive. And Howard with the stuff.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
Yep, he stayed with it all the way. He got his reward at the end.
Timeout called the Rockets. Not to the surprise of anyone, really, but the Clippers last year were strong at home once again. They managed to go 30-11 at Staples Center.
Yeah, and Kevin, that makes 3 straight seasons for the Clippers of 30 or more wins at home.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Pierce with it. He's picked up by Ariza. The shot by Pierce will not go.
You know, the big thing for the Clippers is that they won some big games in Staples over tough opponents. I mean, also won 6 of their last 7 to secure the 3 seed in the West.
Free throw good, James Harden.
And one issue with the Clippers at home is that it didn't feel like they were at home. But Blake Griffin said home court advantage is just not there for us. And this is on the heels of a loss where the crowd was cheering for the other team louder than the Clippers at times.
Kicks it out to Ariza. Screen by Howard. And the call will be against Ty Lawson. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Jordan. And it's sent back by Howard.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And that one's good. 10 points here for DeAndre Jordan.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Jordan with it. And Crawford picks him up defensively. Good. Harden's got 11 in the second half.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
The drive by Jordan. Here's Pierce. Can't hit. Great D that time from Howard. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Harden. And Griffin sends it back. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. And stolen by Ariza. Down low. Trying to find Harden. And he's got it now. And the Clippers have possession. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Yeah, big blunder there, and that could really cost him.
Yeah, and the timing of it was bad, too. I mean, trying to cut down and cut into the lead, just a tough, bad break there.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Paul's been great. He has 14 points, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
And Clark, he's really gotten into their heads because of it. I mean, guys are on the lookout for him, always worrying about where he is.
Yeah, the Rockets were able to make it to the second spot in the West at the very end of the season. Actually came down to the last day. They could have ended as low as 6 going into the final game.
Ariza with it. Now Pierce defending. Jones. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
They are just killing on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Crawford sets the pick here for Paul. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Harden kicks to Jones. That's good.
Hey, Paul! He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Houston.
Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment.
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Howard. He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
J.J. Redick's checked in for Jamal Crawford. And an interesting byproduct of Blake Griffin extending his shooting range in his perimeter defense, Clark, his rebounding numbers have gone way down.
Well, it's hard to have it both ways, Kevin. I mean, the team needs him to keep working on his perimeter game, and if he's out on the perimeter, it makes it tougher for him to get rebounds inside.
And the second free throw, good.
And on the topic of Griffin's rebounding, there's another force that helps submarine his numbers, DeAndre Jordan. Over the past few seasons, as Jordan's boards went up, Griffin's have gone down. Now, you'd think with the two elite rebounders that the team would finish better than 20th in rebounding last year, but that's another story.
And back to Griffin for a minute. I think he will soon find a balance between his emerging perimeter game and his rebounding. 7.5 boards a game, far too few for him last year. He's likely to return to double-digit rebounding averages, I think, sometime soon.
It's stolen by Jones. The shot's good from Lawson.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Ariza.
Well, guys, they came in here and really took charge from the opening tip. This is such a tough thing to do for a visiting team. This contest was played on their terms.
And, you know, that's not the way it usually works in the NBA. It's going to be a great win, and you know it's going to be a happy plane ride out of here, for sure.
Here's Redick, and it's sent back by Howard. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't